It is only Tuesday and markets have ran on this pound, okay? I've missed all these moves because I got food poisoning 2 days ago. We'll talk about it. Still looking for some big news coming out on the CPI release on Thursday, okay? Let's spin the intro, let's get into it. What's going on, traders? Welcome back to another Monday market breakdown. Shot on Tuesday. Okay, had food poisoning. We'll talk about that. Last week's trading week was actually a really good week for the top traders. We'll talk about that as well, okay? So I'm going to post below, guys, the last Monday market breakdown in the description there. Okay, if you guys haven't been up on it, we're in week 2 of September. All right, the year's moving by very quickly. If you guys aren't subscribed, you got to get subscribed so you guys can see these videos when they first come out. And, of course, like the video for your boy, okay? I put a lot into these. All right, so, guys, last week's trading week was a really good one. We also had a target of 100 likes last week, and we got to 96. I'm proud of that, okay? Look, you know, at the end of the day, you set your goals high, and if you get kind of close, that's a good thing, okay? And we got kind of close. All right, so we're going to try to up it again this week. I don't know what we can get at to. Let's clear 100, and then we'll see where we're at, all right? But anyway, let's roll back some footy from last week. We had an NZD buy-side idea. We did have a GBP sell side, then buy side idea. We only got the run. We'll talk about that. And then we also had a euro buy side idea. We were expecting a little bit of a sell off, but interesting enough, we didn't get it. Here's that NZD play by play last week. Okay, we had some bad economics coming out, some fundamental data coming out on the NZD USD. I think it was a GDP number. All right, we've consolidated since then. Here's another case. If we get that US weakness, okay, if we get that US weakness, then boom, we will pop higher here outside of this range, all right? So that NZD worked out pretty well. We got that US weakness that came in and broke that low there, that consolidated low, ran markets back up into the high, and we actually on Sunday night, we wanted to break this larger 23.6 from the high to the low, and it actually happened, all right? So we had markets pull up in the structure, retest. They pulled up in the structure during the Friday session, they retested, and then they ran, okay? So we had markets pinging around on those highs. It seems as if almost all my positions that I was looking to play on Sunday night have already unfolded, okay? I had food poisoning. I ate some DiGiorno stuffed crust cheese pizza. Horrible idea. I don't think it was the cheese pizza that got me. It was the lack of preparation and the lack of just it being cooked thoroughly that just it really screwed me up. So anyway, that put me out of commission on Monday and Sunday night, which kind of made me avoid putting. I mean, I know it's as simple as putting a pending on and then letting the market run. Yo, trust me, I couldn't move. All right, so again, I'm still feeling the effects of that. I should be good by tomorrow. Okay, so the NZD play worked out very well. The NZD play that we had for another run actually happened as well, which is interesting. Let's go over the Euro USD buy. Remember, we were looking for a wick fill from last week's non-farm payroll number. Check out that play-by-play there. Wary of, because I do like the structure on the Euro USD right now. If I get a pop right here at this 1920 level, then I was figuring that I could probably take markets up into the 61.8% retracement of the pullback high to the low. I'm going to throw you guys. Okay, so that Euro, man, it ran and we actually broke all-time highs. So we were expecting Draghi to be a little bit dovish, and he was not. Okay, he was not. He mentioned that he may stop tapering. He may start the tapering of the bond buying. 60 billion bonds are being purchased on a month-to-month basis right now. He may start that. He is going to start that tapering in December, which brought a lot of strength back up into that Euro USD. So amazingly, we're back at all-time highs. We got a CPI release coming out on Thursday. Okay, so let's go into the charts and see the market structure where we're at right now, and maybe if we get some US weakness or some US strength, let's see what's possible. Okay, so we had a GBP buy side idea, but we wanted an intraday sell. Never got the intraday sell. Let's look at the play-by-play on that GBP. When markets create all these wicks to the downside like this, markets usually like to flood, and then you usually get a wick fill, and then you get the markets to reverse and head back in the opposite direction, okay? So we might see a pullback before we get a move higher over here on this GBP USD. So let's keep an eye on that as well, all right? So GBP absolutely went parabolic after their CPI release came out, okay? You could have played that on the GBP USD. You could have played that on the GBP JPY. We're looking to play it on the GBP JPY, and amazingly, I'll show you a screenshot. That thing absolutely ran. So we saw a fractal forming in terms of the retracement down lower, and then it had a parabolic move higher. Boom, boom, boom. You see, we just hit that off on that third fractal. You guys can see we're almost back up into the highs there again, okay? So the fractals played out on that very well. That GBP, we're looking for that sell-off, push back up in the structure. Bam, all right? So how long have we been looking to buy this GBP, okay? We've been looking to buy that GBP for such a long time. I hate that I'm not in the move, but hey, shit happens. Things come up, blah, blah, blah. We also did have a CAD buy-side idea, but CAD ended up raising rates. So last week you heard me mention that we wanted to do a buy-side push on that CAD. CAD ran to the low and broke that low after they increased rates by 25 basis points there. Okay, so guys, I still think we have some opportunity this week. I know it's Tuesday. It's probably be put out on Tuesday afternoon. Blah blah. And we also do have some Aussie news coming out later this evening. Okay, so that may jar us around a bit. Hopefully, I can get this out before then. We had a buy side idea on Aussie as well. Didn't have an entry. It was just an idea. We didn't really see any kind of structure that could allow me to get into the move. We went parabolic on the Aussie. Let's see what Aussie's looking like structurally, and we might be able to have a play on that as well. GBP AUD is another trade idea that we had where we were looking for a break of that lower consolidation. Here's a screenshot of that, and we're looking for markets to run higher. I think it was a 38.2, and that worked out pretty well also. So let's see where we're at this week, folks. I'm still feeling a little bit sick. I actually have two cool content. I actually have two cool content. I actually have two content segments coming out this week. It's going to be pretty awesome. I actually have two content segments coming out this week. It's going to be really exciting for you guys to check that out. Stay posted, stay subscribed, like the video for your boy. Let's roll over to the charts and see where we're at. All right, boom, let's do it. All right, traders, let's pull over into these charts. Right now we got our Euro USD drawn up. Let's pull over into the daily real quick, and let's see what I got drawn up. Okay, so I got a parabolic channel of, good God, it's amazing to see where these markets are. This is what we're looking like on the monthly, as you guys can see. We're hanging right above this 38.2. We're in between, meandering between this 38.2 and this 50% level here. I was thinking the reason why I have this gray zone drawn up right here was because I felt as if, hey, we might have some more upside potential up into this 50% retracement, okay? I don't think, U.S. weakness, U.S. strength, no more Euro buy-side push. Like, I don't feel that quite yet, okay? For me to feel that, I need to stop making higher highs. And we're still making higher highs, guys. So, for me to think that markets are about to start, tinkering over a bit, I'm not too sure. Now, are we slowing down? Yes, we are absolutely slowing down. If you're looking at it comparably, look at how markets are moving here and look at what's happening at this point. We're actually having some retracements come on it. All right. So as you guys can see, we could probably put ourselves in a situation. The market could put itself in a situation where it does come back, hit off on this $1.18 base, blah, blah, blah. That all could happen. Do I have the play for that quite yet? I don't know. I want to look into it a little bit. I probably will be talking about it in the top trader community tonight. If you guys aren't in the rookie room, in the rookie room or in the pro course, then you have to hop over into that, and you'll have exposure as to what we're looking like for the week. But right now, structurally, I don't have anything in terms of, hey, this is a beautiful structure. I would really love to play this like I did last week. There was that really nice flat top that the Euro made that allowed me to kind of take markets back up into structure. I'm talking about this top right here. As you guys can see, nice little flat area. I felt as if we could crack that level there. Boom. Markets do seem to have pulled back, and they're sitting right here on the level. So if you're thinking of this move as a pullback and, just markets had to come up, break the high, retest the level. Now we have liquidity and price availability to run back up into structure. That seems like a fairly feasible position to play. Okay, so we'll have to see how that runs. If you want to start getting in on the buy side push and you need a little bit of momentum to get you there, then, oh God, well then you're at the 38, you're at the 23.6 right now. And again, this is just a heavily retraced level. If markets usually have a hard time holding this level if they're going to make their move. So this is usually a pretty good entry. I don't like picking bottom so much because, hey, the guy that picks the bottom that one time picked it wrong 10 times. So, in my mind, I like to see momentum come to fruition in the move and then pop. So maybe we can see price action explode outside of this level there. And if that can happen, then yes, we will see a continuation higher. Now, it does seem as if we are somewhat on a little bit of a channel here. I don't know. I don't want to put too much scrutiny on this channel. I don't like channels to be too vertical. Looking at it on the 4-hour does make a little bit of sense. Maybe we can start to see markets crack. Let me take this off here. If we start to see markets maybe crack this low here, guys, maybe at the 19 flat. If we can get under 19 flat, then maybe we can keep getting continuation lower. But damn, 19 flat is 70 points away. I don't like being 70 points late in the move. So maybe we can get some kind of a different kind of entry, right? Who would want to be 70 pips against you? All right, so maybe markets resettle a bit. We pull back up into the $20s here, catch a quick intraday relief back up higher. Maybe we get some bad CPI release. That's something we can definitely count on. Right now, as you guys can see, we've kind of
slowed momentum in remember, CPI deals with cost push inflation. Okay, if you're a top trader, you know what that means. And right now, we're looking for a continuation in that capacity. Okay, we've stopped demand push inflation back in 2014. If we get a downtick here, folks, we will see a correlation over here on this Euro USD as an upside move. All right, so maybe that's a move that we can play. Now we don't know what the CPI release is gonna, what's gonna happen. But if we do get the downtick, which it does seem like we're making, I don't want to say lower lows, but it does look like our average is kind of pulling down a bit. Maybe if we get under a 244 number on the CPI coming out on Thursday, then we will get a buy up here in this market. Now, if the opposite happens, then yeah, maybe that'll give us a precaution. Like if we get an amazing CPI release, then yeah, we might be able to start taking some sell side positions down into structure. Let's see what we're looking like on that Wednesday structure. Now for Aussie, I mentioned earlier that we had Aussie news on tonight. We actually have Aussie news tomorrow on Wednesday. Now a lot of it. All right, so we're going to see what happens in that capacity. Now I like a lot of other analysts think that this Aussie is a little bit overextended, just based off of its economics. So we'll just have to see exactly what comes to fruition. Again, that CPI number that's coming out for the US dollar is going to have its heavy implications. But all the different rate hike decisions, and we have some people speaking from the RBA, Reserve Bank of Australia, speaking tomorrow as well. Those are going to have heavy implications on this Aussie direction, okay? So maybe we get markets to start meandering up here in these highs before the market closes, and anything that comes out, as them saying, hey, look, our currency's trading at too high of a level, folks, we could easily come back down into this 79 range here, this 79 lows, 79 flats, maybe as high as in 79.50s, but I definitely see markets being able to liquidate down into this structure level here. At least, right here right here in the 79s. That would be a beautiful move. Okay, so maybe we get a crack of this 38.2% retracement, which is also a counter trend. A counter trend line break. We can start taking markets down into 78.6. I don't want to say the low of structure. Potentially, I think over the course of a couple of days we can start meandering down to that level. But originally, yeah, I would love to take a crack at that level here, lower. Might be able to throw a pinning on this thing tonight. I'll let the top traders know exactly what I'm doing with that. Now the GBP USD, goodness gracious. All right, so GBP USD, amazing, beautiful chart here on the GBP USD. When I tell you that if you would have bought the GBP down here at this $1.29, you were buying at a discount. Man, you were buying at a discount. All right, as you guys know, I've been trying to play the GBP buy for quite some time. Okay, quite some time, and usually I can catch them. When I play them for this long, usually guys will see me say, hey, I did it. It played out. Not this time, all right? So this thing escaped and ran away from me, dealing with the sickness, dealing with being exposed and some other things last week that actually worked out really well. I didn't get a chance to also catch this move, so that is unfortunate. But hey, where are we at right now? We're up here, made all new 2017 highs here on this GBP USD. You guys can see what this channel is looking like. We do have a lot more upside momentum, and that's what I'm thinking it can happen, folks. I think we can run to this 50% retracement. Do we get a pullback before then? Potentially. CPI for the GBP came out, I think 1.1% higher than expected. They were expecting a 2.8% number. We got 2.9. But outside of that, I just think that, again, this GBP, the fact that the GBP USD is trading at near its yearly highs is amazing. I definitely think this thing can come to the 50% retracement. We're just going to have to see how markets can run to that level. Maybe we can play some breakouts, some 4-hour breakouts up into that level. Okay, we already had one, it seems, played out here. Okay, so again, we're maybe looking for some structural breaks. Markets having a hard time breaking some level, and then we're looking for a session come and slam that level and then explode outside of that move. That could be something that we look for there. So looking at this NZD-USD, earlier I was mentioning how, guys, oh my goodness, yeah, we had a 23 crack and then boom, up into 38.2. As you guys can see, we've kind of retraced back a little bit here. So again, here's another scenario of, hey, if we get the bad CPI release, maybe we get markets to retest this 23.6 again. And if they retest that 23.6 again before the CPI number comes out, then yeah, definitely we should explode outside of this level here and come back up into the 50 and the 61.8, which would be a beautiful, beautiful move there, okay? So that's something else I'm looking out for. And you always build a case for, hey, if you have U.S. strength, this is a great market to trade. If you have U.S. weakness, this is a great market to trade. I meant to type in the GBP AUD because we talked about the GBP AUD in the top trader community a little bit ago. As you guys can see, again, we're in that same situation as where we were earlier. Markets are just kind of meandering up here within the target, area, but we still need to push outside of this range. Maybe we can come back up into this structure there. That trade is already executed. I'm trying to give you guys some stuff that is live. All right, so pulling over here to the USD JPY. There's been a lot of relief in this USD JPY. Me and my buddy Kyler were looking at this pair maybe about a couple of hours ago, and the North Korea deal, JPY being a safe haven, when some of the risk in the market, settles a little bit, usually you see a liquidation of the USD JPY. When the risk is on, you usually see a lot of people flood into this USD JPY. Well, what have we seen in the past couple of days? We've seen a potential talk and some potential negotiations between North Korea and the United States. Okay, so that's why you had this enormously parabolic move from the lows back up into the range here. So you erased all of the gains that came in when that North Korea missile situation happened in August 28th. Okay, so notice you had a full 100% retracement of that move. All right, so everyone that was in the sell side position trying to execute on that, that flurry of information that came in that was negative, and get in on that nuclear crisis, hey, markets are about to collapse, style trading, they all liquidated their positions, okay? You can also see that translate over here in gold a little bit too. We've actually had gold come off of its highs since, again, markets kind of turned down a bit since the North Korea thing happened. So if we look back over, I'm going to pull over, I'm going to go to the, okay, so here's the North Korea situation here in gold. Okay, and as you guys can see, we've retraced almost, 50% of that entire move higher. Okay, from the here to here to here. Okay, so again, guys, you can see that when North Korea calms down, when the risk is off the market, you can see certain assets loosen up a bit, and the yen is one of those assets, and obviously gold being, that safe haven. Hey, when the world collapses, let's all go to gold, being another one of those assets there. So other than that, guys, we still have some pretty decent moves this week, all because of that CPI release that's going to come out. Aussie structure, it's decent. Maybe we can get a crack at a 38.2 if we get some good, good USA news. We can play that right here on the Aussie. If we get the bad USA news, then we can actually play it on the Aussie's counterpart, the NZD. I like the NZD for a buy if we get the bad US news. So, hey, we're covered for both, folks. We're covered for both. Hey, if we get the bad USA news on this Euro-U, let's take a crack higher on this 23.6 and then boom, bang this thing out up into structure. Okay, so we're going to go over it in the top trader room. You guys know what we're looking at as well in terms of, the different structures that we're looking for. Guys, as always, your profit, it's my motive and my motive only. All right, if you guys need anything, let me know. Throw me some trade ideas if you got it in the comment section below. Maybe we'll have a conversation, all right? Let's see what we get this week. Peace.